Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're back. Kristin, it is the most glorious day outside. But before we get into that, I should tell everybody who we are. This is Kristin Odell with KLO LLC, and I'm Tina Prigge with Vagabond Creative Studio. We are so happy to see you this morning. Kristin, it is a beautiful day.
It is so nice that I did not wear a jacket this morning to take the kids to school. And I drive a little bit out west from here to take the kids. And it was even more gorgeous at their school. Like it felt like a summer morning.
Yeah, I almost think viewers, if you're watching this live right now, you should stop and go step outside and just experience what is happening out there, because these are the days that we live for here in Wisconsin.
They are. It will be, although I'm thinking this is fake news, but I did have an alert on my phone right before I got on that said, brace for thunderstorms and hail.
Oh no.
Don't you ruin my very nice morning. This kind of crappy fake news.
Yeah, although I did hear that there are some storms predicted, so maybe it's not. Anyway, right now we're focusing on how amazing it is. And can you show us your awesome coffee mug again?
Yeah, this was a Mother's. So my birthday was yesterday. Mother's Day was Sunday. So I had a very coffee themed. I got a new coffee pot, but look at Doug had this made. These are some of our pictures from vacation in the last year. Isn't it so cute?
Yeah, it's so precious. And it meets your parameters. It fits your hand well in the handle, I see. Yup.
We have a full 4-fingered handle here, folks. It's very important.
They know you well. They know you well. So we got to celebrate Mother's Day too. My mom and my grandma came over and Jason cooked for us. It was awesome. And Jason snapped this picture. My grandma had already gone home, but it was so nice just to be together.
So first of all, kudos to your mom. She's got her coolest Coast gear on. Don't know if you guys noticed that. She's got her very. I looked at this picture and I thought, I have never seen the two of you look more alike than in that picture.
Wow. Yeah, it's true.
Just with the glasses and like your face, I don't know. I was like, dang.
It's funny. All my life, people have said that I look like her. And so even when I was young, like in high school, I couldn't get away with anything because no matter where I went, they knew I was her daughter. And so by the time I got home, they were already like, you know what your daughter was doing? You know, we saw your daughter here. Like,
I totally understand that. Good morning, Connor.
Hi, Connor. So Connor's wishing you a happy late birthday. Let's put this picture up. Yep. Look at that. So the picture of the cake and the true cake. Kristin is making us all hungry this morning.
I know. My mom, she's the cake magician. She made an amazing cake. I normally will request this almond white cake. So she had everything to make almond white. And I was like, I'm feeling like lemon poppy seed. We had it at Easter. It was so good. And I'm like, nope.
So show us that again. So it's lemon poppy seed. Ha, 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 ha. All right. Anybody else joining me and licking the screen right now?
I know. My mom said to me yesterday, because we had cake on Sunday, like, did you eat cake today? Because we got to stop and see her last night. I'm like, I didn't. I will eat it on the show.
So Kristin, we always tease our viewers about eating this delicious food. And we're always like, oh, we should have brought it. And we show pictures. And today is the day. Today is the day that you were eating delicious food on the show.
Listen, some days I get so busy that I don't always eat or eat great. And it was my birthday yesterday. You should eat cake on your birthday. So
you should eat cake on your birthday and maybe the day after, perhaps the day after that. How many days can we stretch that out?
Definitely a lot. And I might even freeze a little bit so I can go back and have that like sneaky piece you forgot about in the freezer. Oh. I don't know does anybody else do that? We like to do that because it's like a surprise then.
I've heard about people freezing cake. So how does that work? If you get a hankering for cake, how long do you have to take it out and let it thaw? Or is it by nature of being cake, like kind of edible right away?
I mean, Doug ate a bite of his because I have some of his carrot cake frozen and he had like a poof of steam. I don't know what it would be. It was cold. His mouth was hot. So he took a bite and like puffed out like a dragon some type of gas. Totally edible right away. If you pull it out and like put it on a plate like this, I would say easily within 30 minutes, it would be completely ready to roll.
Okay, cool. So if you're going to have dinner or lunch or something and you know you want to have some dessert after, you can just pull it out and it'll be ready essentially.
100%. Especially if you plate it. Like if it's with a bunch of cakes smashed like in a container together, it may not thaw as fast, but if you pull it out like this.
When it's cold like that, do you forgo the need for any kind of ice cream?
I don't know. I mean, I love chocolate cake out of the freezer. I think it's so good cold. I don't know why. I have no explanation about that, but
All right, viewers, here's your chance. Tell us, how do you like your cake and what unique ways do you eat your cake?
This is in the refrigerator because my mom made a cream cheese frosting with this. So it makes me happy because it's cold already. And then it just has all that good deliciousness.
Nom. So Jason and I were on a walk the other day and we walked past Bakery on State and, we're like, let's just get a donut. And we ended up with a whole box of donuts. But then I realized as we were walking around, that pink box, if you see somebody carrying that pink box, you just know it's got like this happy, tasty treat inside.
So first, Jason is very much channeling Tom Drill here with his facial expression. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. And then second of all, so I feel like I see a cream puff in the front.
Kneecap.
And then it looked like maybe some flavored glaze. Tell us about what you picked.
Oh, okay. So that's a kneecap that we see right up front. And then in the back, those are they're called cronuts. I'm not sure what that means, except that they were super fluffy kind of glazed donuts that were filled. So one of them has like a custard filling or maybe a Bavarian cream, and one has like a raspberry jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got some lemon squares because Jason and I both just love lemon squares. Here's what Connor says to that, Kristin. Let them eat cake.
Cheers, Connor. Do you think cronut is like croissant, like the flaky lightness of a croissant?
Ooh, it possibly. You know what? I did not look into it at all, and that is a good theory. If anybody's watching and please let us know. Or if any of you are bakers yourself or are familiar with going to the bakery, which I think it's different than a conut, right? There's screaming conuts where it's like a donut cone, but this is a cronut.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
We're really lucky. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but we have a lot of small local bakeries that produce some very delicious treats for our community. And I feel like we're lucky in that way because, when we travel like Doug's hometown in different places, like there might be one place to choose from or two, but we have a lot of them and they all make really good things.
And Connor has a great question asking if we've ever had tiramisu cake. Connor, tiramisu is the cake we had at our wedding. And if only we had known you then, it would have been awesome for you to join us.
Yes, I have had tiramisu, and I think maybe Luigi's makes it homemade.
Right. You can get it at Luigi's. And I know I've also gotten it at Moretti's downtown just because it's.
I was going to say Moretti's is the other place we've had it from.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was our wedding cake, we'll often celebrate something special by getting slices of tiramisu.
Oh, I love it. That's so fun.
Thanks. Hey, speaking of good food, we also went out to Sullivan Family Farms and picked up this chicken. Oh my gosh. It was really delicious. Like, you could taste the difference. And I don't quite know how to explain it, but it was a real treat.
Okay, tell our followers here, where is Sullivan Family Farms?
All right, Sullivan Family Farms is on County Road or County Highway R.
Okay.
And it's north of Manitowoc, just before you get into Francis Creek.
Okay.
There's like kind of a curve as you're approaching Francis Creek, and it's right on that curve. If you're going from Manitowoc on R and you get to Francis Creek, you've gone just a little bit too far. Okay. And they've got like a farm stand out there. So even if there's nobody there, it's an honor system. They've got, frozen chickens. I also picked up some lamb chops, and then they've got all sorts of fresh greens. There's fresh laid eggs.
Yes, we have had lamb chops from them before, which were very good. And I think, do they come in and sell at our farmers market once it gets up and going?
I'm not sure. It would make sense, but I have no idea. And how do you prepare lamb chops? So I've got them, they're frozen, but I don't know how to make them.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember. I feel like Jason should be able to handle this.
He probably knows, yeah.
How did you
Hey,
guys prepare the chicken?
I don't know, Jason prepared it.
Was it baked, deep fried?
Oh, he baked it. Yeah, he baked it in the oven.
Yeah.
And hey, according to Raisa, per Google, cronuts have crispy, flaky texture of a croissant. Kristin, you nailed it.
Yes. So it's probably like croissant dough, but deep fried and filled. Again,
I'm,
how
I'm
could it
going to
be
have to
bad?
go try another one just to confirm.
Just to make sure, I love it. I love it. Very good.
The one thing I was surprised about is the chicken didn't have any giblets. So I was kind of hoping that, oh, by getting a whole chicken, that it would have, the heart and the gizzard. And I always loved when I was a kid and my mom would make those, getting to eat
Eat
those.
the organ meat of the chicken. I'm impressed. I was not expecting you to say that. The next time I have a chicken where there's the little bag in that has all the things in, including the neck typically, or sometimes with turkey, you typically also, I'm going to bring it to your house. And I will gift it to you.
It's been a long time since I've had that.
Hey, listen, I have heard there's a lot of nutrients in eating organ meat from animals. Things you can't get any other place.
Yum. So there's actually possibly a benefit to eating them?
Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
a reason the flavor is so extreme.
I think my brother and I used to kind of argue over, I get the heart. No, I get the heart,
Really? I love that. I don't remember ever arguing over. We would argue over the wishbone. Did you pull the wishbone out of the chicken?
Yep.
Is it drying on a piece of paper towel on your counter right now?
Oh no, this chicken? No, I did not. But back in the day, yeah, we'd always pull out the wishbone and it would dry on the counter. And yeah, my brother and I would always,
You did not save it?
I
It's the best part of eating a whole chicken. Our girls do argue over the wishbone every time.
So it's complicated because you've got 3, right? And only 2 people can really participate in the wishbone. How do you manage that?
Usually we do rock, paper, scissors or something, or we pick slips a lot. Have we talked about picking slips on the show? I grew up picking slips, usually for chores, but picking slips is just very easy. You fill out the slips, they go in a cup, everybody picks, you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. So sometimes it would be, wishbone, and an X. If you get the X, you're.
That's a good way to handle it. And it's just left up to the fates. Nobody's decided.
Correct. That's correct. Or with chores, I will throw 9 slips in, and maybe there's 6 chores or 7 chores. They each pick 3 slips. If you get an X, it's a free. You don't have to do a chore with that one, and
Oh, so an X isn't always bad. Sometimes it's that free pass.
That's correct.
Nice.
Depends what it is.
Well, sometimes when it comes to chores, I have to share this quote because I feel like it describes me. I used to just procrastinate, but I got so good, I went pro.
First, I have a question for you, all-knowing Tina. Is crastinate a real word?
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not because, the word nonchalant?
Yes.
You could be nonchalant, but you can't be chalant. Chalant is not a thing.
That's where I was going with this. So procrastinate. If you were procrastinating, you'd actually be getting things done.
Although, okay, viewers, you were so good at answering some of these questions. If look it up really quick and let us know. Can you procrastinate? Is that a thing?
Right. What is the chore or thing you put off the most?
I think cleaning.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know because I love it. It's not that hard to do once you do it, and it's awesome once it's done. It's just. Mm-hmm. How about you?
I feel like we will have staged things to go and donate to like St. Vincent's, but we won't haven't actually loaded them in the vehicle and dropped them off. It's not even that I'm doing it intentional. It's just they're laying around in my way. So I'll swear over them every time I trip over it or have to walk around it, but I don't actually like, okay, that's it. I'm loading it in the car. That's almost one of those things I have to like, I'm going to St. Because, they have very limited hours for drop off. So you have to like hit the window of time they're open. I will put time on my calendar and say, okay, this is the day it's going. That's the end of it,
Yeah, there's been times where I've actually loaded the back of my car with my stuff, and then it just stays in there for a while. And one time there was stuff that just was like making noise. I'm like, that's it.
Right.
Procrastination is over.
What is in the back of my car? Why are there things? I do not have any room in the back of my car now. We're officially transitioning into softball season. I have 3 bags of gear. So there's no hauling anything other than softball gear right now, unless I unload everything.
Hey, it sounds like it's beautiful in Fond du Lac as well as here on the coolest coast. Good morning, Stephen.
Very nice. So I heard that we might have a special guest today.
I heard that too, but he hasn't shown up yet.
Okay, we'll see if he pops on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're waiting for our special guest to pop on, you have a really, really cool video from the submarine. Let's talk about this.
So this weekend, I was downtown at the farmer's market. It was the first day of the season. And the Cobia, the USS Cobia submarine, was turning on her engines. They were having a remembrance ceremony for the USS Legardo, which was also built in Manitowoc, same style of submarine as the Cobia. And it was lost in, I think, 1945. It went down with their crew. In recent years, the scuba divers actually found it. Anyway, they were having a remembrance ceremony on the Cobia. And because of it, they started the Cobia's engines, which I didn't even know was a thing. And so I'm going to play this little video clip. And if you watch, you can actually see the smoke pouring out because the engines are running. Here we go. Isn't that cool?
I did not. Don't laugh. I didn't know it had active engines, nor did I know that the engines could start it.
I know.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. My son said, are they going to move it? Is it going to sail? No, it's not moving. It's not like actively going anywhere or doing it, but it's still pretty cool that the engines can turn over.
I want to see it go through the river.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. In my, not really, but going back, I used to have reoccurring dreams of submarine races in the river. So this would be like a dream come true if it were actually to go to the river.
I mean, it would be perfectly suited almost to have some kind of event like that. There's so many different kind of submersibles these days that would be fun. That would be a great idea. Steven's asking, I wonder if it can still sail. They keep it in pretty good working condition. So my guess is there's a good possibility, but I just don't know. I don't know.
So this might have been actually on the Boat Nerd page. So Connor, maybe you can on this, but I saw that it's due for dry dock soon, and they're going to be cleaning the bottom and restoring the bottom of it. Like they're doing a fundraiser right now to help generate the financial support to be able to maintain it because it just sits in the water. So
yeah, actually, so that'll probably be pretty cool because they'll have to, I don't know if they'll take it by tug or if it'll go up on something, but that'll be interesting to watch.
Right. I think I saw by 2025, the goal is to have it dry dock and restored.
So you guys, guess what? We're talking about a submarine. And Connor says, USS Cobia doesn't sail anymore due to no propellers. Oh, thank you, Connor.
Connor would help us out.
Yeah, Connor rocks. So we're talking about the submarine. And guess what, you guys? We've got a special guest this morning. Our very own Submariner is joining us. Welcome to the show, Jeff Tess. Jeff, how's it going?
Oh,
Jeff, we don't have any audio. You might be muted. Hello? Jeff, can you hear us?
Santa from the North Pole. You're too far away. We can't hear you.
Well, that was Jeff. We'll see if he comes back.
Okay.
Stephen said, I read that too. I would absolutely love to see that on dry dock.
Yep. There you go. Connor just confirmed 2025. So they've got 3 years to fundraise, generate interest around that. But yeah, that would be really awesome.
That would be very cool. Well, I hope that Jeff comes back because here he is, I think, dipping in. Oh, we'll see. In the meantime, oh, here, let's try this. Hello, Jeff. Jeff, you don't have any audio. Are you muted?
Did you mute him, Tina?
I did not. Nope.
All right. While Jeff is figuring that out, let's talk about why he's here.
Yes, let's talk about why he's here. I really want to hear it in his own words, but in case you haven't heard or in case you don't know, Jeff is a chef, and Jeff
the chef,
Jeff, who's now just jumped off again. Jeff is opening a new restaurant here on the coolest coast, and it's going to be called the Submariners Pub, and it's going to be located right on Memorial Drive across from Lake Michigan.
Literally on the coolest coast.
Literally on the coolest coast. So I'm pretty excited about that. I would love to know from him, his target opening dates, the type of food he's going to have, type of ambiance. He can tell us all about that. I don't know all of those details. But
so I will fill in. I really hope that he can come back. So the building, first of all, that Jeff purchased is the old Sandpiper. So if you guys are familiar with the Sandpiper, it's just, I'm going to say north, but maybe that's not directly perfect because of the way Maritime Drive goes. But past the hospital, heading towards Two Rivers, the Sandpiper is there. Yes, it's going to be called Submariners Pub. I believe he's opening in a couple of weeks. And his menu is posted on the Facebook page for the pub. So if you want to go check it out, it's bar food, yummy bar food. And then he did mention to me, so I talked to Jeff yesterday morning, that he's going to start running some specials in June, kind of once they get their feet underneath them. So they're going to run the regular menu and obviously all different types of beverages and things to start. And then he'll start running some specials in the summer once they get settled in.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So
I imagine it's going to be a full bar too, probably, right?
Yep. Yeah. So, Jeff has been a chef in the past and has taken time, I think, to raise his kids and do some different things. And it's really pretty cool to see him doing this and coming back to what he loves. And I'm pretty sure his son is going to be running the restaurant during the day. So they're partnering up.
Oh, very cool. Connor just confirmed, by the way, that the Cobia is going to get moved to dry dock to Sturgeon Bay by tug. Oh, that'll be so cool to see. Whoop. Hold on. Let's try Jeff again. Hey, Jeff. Well, let's try this again.
It's just not working today.
Huh. Now I don't even see him.
I know.
Does he show up on your screen?
No, I don't see him either.
Okay, let's try this one more time. Hey, Jeff. We've got no audio.
Okay, we'll have to try again another time.
Dang it. All right.
Okay.
We'll see you next time, Jeff. Dang.
So here's what I'll do, guys. When we get done with the show, I'm going to paste Jeff's Facebook page in there.
Good.
So one of the really cool things is Jeff's Navy buddies from all over the world have shipped things, memorabilia to him to highlight in the restaurant. So you're going to be able to go there and look at all these really cool things that have come from all over the world from Navy military members. And I believe Jeff is kind of doing like a little nameplate or something to show, how long did they serve? Where did they serve? That kind of stuff. So it'll be really cool because there'll be like this cool collection alongside of having some awesome food and beverages.
That's super cool. And that's unique. There's not really anything like that
Right.
locally. I mean, there's the Wisconsin Maritime Museum, but aside from that, being able to eat in a restaurant that has that kind of thematic, very cool.
Right. So I will share Jeff's Facebook page. There you go. Jeff is resorting to alternate technology today. But yeah, we'll make sure Jeff's Facebook page link is in the comments so you can go back and check it out and start following his page, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited to have another spot, especially a spot that's so beautiful along the lake.
This show today is really making me hungry, Kristin. Starting with your cake, going all the way to Jeff's restaurant.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, before we have to go, can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah. So first of all, I just had the pleasure of helping Painting Pathways Clubhouse hire their next executive director. Jennifer Schmaltz spent many years doing a wonderful job leading that organization and has retired. And her predecessor, Brian, has taken over, and they're very excited about him. And I just wanted to share this. So Painting Pathways Clubhouse was excited to announce that Mayor Nichols signed a proclamation officially recognizing May as Mental Health Awareness Month in Manitowoc. And this is really like a national celebration. So Painting Pathways Clubhouse is a mental health clubhouse. You can become a member if you have a diagnosed mental health illness that you are treating with a physician for, but they do wonderful, wonderful things. They do social activities, they do art, they do music, they help people get jobs, they help learn daily life activities so that individuals can be independent. It's just really an incredible organization. And, I feel so blessed that I got to work with them to help bring Brian in there. And I always felt welcome there. It's like a super fun place. They have a beautiful brand new building on Washington Street. And so I just wanted to mention that because, one of the things, I think I knew this always, but I think one of the things that's really settled into me is even though I don't have a diagnosed mental health illness, right? But we are all on the spectrum of mental wellness. And especially coming out of COVID, we've seen people of all ages in different spots in that. And there's sometimes where we're more stressed and we might creep up that mental health wellness. And sometimes, we're really good. And so I think that really validated for me that we're all in a place on that spectrum. It's not that anyone is diagnosed and they're alone for that reason. That is absolutely not the truth. And I love going there and hanging out. There's opportunities for us to go as a family and volunteer. And, so I'm super excited to see that. And I appreciate Mayor Nichols just kind of bringing attention to that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's really good that we support each other and be healthy, mindfully.
Yeah, such an important message. And I'm really glad to know that we have that resource, here in our community. Because like you said, right, we are all somewhere on that spectrum and that it's fluid and fluctuating.
Right. And I've known about the Clubhouse for a long time, but I think once I got to go there and just really hear about their mission and meet some of the members, it got really real. It got, close to home, and there's beautiful people there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, one more thing, just before we have to go, there is a cool new exhibit. It just opened at the Manitowoc Public Library. It goes through early June, and it's called Hmongment in History. And it's dedicated to sharing the history of Hmong American, especially here in Manitowoc.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. I'm excited to take the girls and go see that display. I think, we have a long history of having Hmong immigrants come here and take refuge in Manitowoc, and really in Wisconsin is one of the places. And I'm excited to go and be able to share that heritage with them.
Yeah, I saw a snapshot from the exhibit, and somebody had created out of Lego, like a whole village scene. So I think there's all sorts of cool stuff to check out. I can't wait to go.
Yeah, one of the things I just admire about their culture so much is it's always full of color.
Right.
Like brilliant colors and just so much light and beauty. And I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. And we're just going to sign off with this awesome shot from about 4 years ago.
Oh my gosh. You guys, this is when Coolest Coast was just trying to be cool. Clearly, like my hair in that picture. Yeah. 4 years ago, is that what we decided?
I think so. I think that's about 4 years ago.
You guys, this was when Doug and I had a date night, and Jason and Tina were hosting an open gallery at Jason's old studio on Franklin Street. And I had just met you guys. I maybe had known you guys 4 or 6 months. And we stopped in to say hi. And you're like, here, take a picture with this. Mind? I think you might have even interviewed us and said, like, why do you think this is the coolest coast or something? I don't remember.
I think you might be right, because if you look at your lapel, you've got a microphone clipped
I do.
onto you.
Okay. Good thing my memory is somewhat consistent. And yeah, first of all, it was a great night. Jason's beautiful art was there. We got to see that. But look how far you guys have come. This is so awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. It's important, I think, to look back so that you can reaffirm how far you've gone. Because sometimes it doesn't feel like it, right? Like sometimes it feels like this is it, but this is momentous compared to where it was.
This is it. If you would have asked me in that moment, Tina, hey, will you and I have a show for a couple of years on Facebook weekly? I would have never imagined this, but I feel so thankful for it.
Thanks. I love this show. I love having these conversations with you. I love the viewers that chime in and, carry on the conversation with us and provide information. And it is fantastic. So wishing you all an awesome day across the coolest coast. It's beautiful right now. Get outside and enjoy it before any storms that might be predicted come, and look forward to great things to come.
So Tina, I think we're on next week on Wednesday, correct?
I think you might be right. Let's just double check.
So friends, I know we've been kind of switching back and forth. Some of that's because of our own personal entrepreneur schedules. But I think we're going to be Wednesday next week.
Yeah. Join us next week, Wednesday, for Coffee with Kristin and Tina.
You guys have a great day.
Bye.